my success? And when will I see Cooper again? Don't worry, I've got the answers. Once your deal's live, you can track things like sales, customer contacts, and redemptions online. Or you can download our free handy app and scan and redeem coupons right on your mobile device. You can even use both, and all your information will sync up automatically. So every coupon's always accounted for, and no fake coupons make it into the mix. During and after your deal, you can go online or use the app to measure your success. You'll always see up-to-date stats on deal sales, customers, new customers, and sharing with our awesome reporting features. And I'll be here at Save Local, so come back and visit me again for another deal. If you've got questions in the meantime, just contact our friendly coaches or watch our helpful tutorials. See you real soon.
Okay, all that is on my website, so if you want to go and watch it. But if you just click on Get Started Free, you can set up your own coupon, and like I said, it's free. It's a free service unless you sell something. And they're going to charge you the most $3 to send it. Any questions?
Wow. It's very interesting. It's better than I expected.
It's really
that looks great.
Yeah.
Do you think that most businesses, brick and mortar retail businesses, offer, like Sunny did, $10 worth of merchandise for $5 or $20 for $10 instead of a specific item?
I've seen all kinds of things on that.
Yeah.
Well, I get Groupon, so I see all kinds of things.
Yeah. So at our bead store, I think it'd be really hard to. It would just have to be so many dollars worth of merchandise.
Well, I think one of the beauties of using coupons is that you can direct sales towards where you need to direct them. So if there's something that's moving slowly, you could be strategic in how you use it.
Or let's say that you've got a customer that buys silver, but they don't buy gold. Just making up something. So you wouldn't send them a coupon for silver because they're already buying that. You'd send them a coupon for gold, just to introduce it to them. So you kind of look at, in my world, we used to look at printing. Did they buy printing? Did they buy black and white copies? Did they buy color copies? What were they buying from us? Well, we didn't want to discount what they were buying from us because they were already paying full price for that. But we wanted to introduce them to things that they may not know that we did. And that was way before social media, and what would have been grand is if we could have introduced them to those things and they would say, hey, my friend down the street needs to know about this, and shared it. It wasn't easy to do back then when you got a postcard there. So.
Maybe we could go around. Did you have more that you were going to
Nope,
talk about?
that's
I was
it.
going to say, why don't we got a few more minutes. We could go around and discuss ways coupons will work for each business. Because I'm thinking about Susan and Lindy. For their, how many times a year do you do your show where you have both the clothing and the jewelry on? 5 times a year. If you put a coupon link in your email newsletter for $5 off of whatever, one purchase, one item, to entice them to come to the show.
Yeah, they would have to
And
buy
it
it.
would be a minimum, right? So they have to buy the coupon before they go to the show.
Right. So, by the way, if they bought, let's say the coupon was $25, they for $50 worth of merchandise, and that time expired, the rules are very similar to Groupon, where they will always get their $25 worth of merchandise, what they paid for the coupon. But if they use it before it expires, then they'll get $50 worth of merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
So,
how about somebody else's business?
I have a question regarding getting the list set up. Like how we tried taking my customer list and sending a bunch out, and a lot of it came back as, well, for me, it came back as spam, and I got in trouble. Is there a tool where you could take, I know a few of us said we had email lists, but we didn't have an email campaign going yet. Some of these customers maybe might not remember us or whatever. Is there a tool where you could send like a one-time thing to say, hey, would you like to join the list so you don't get in trouble? And then say, okay, these people said yes.
My
it's hard to get started.
Would be that if you use Constant Contact or an email program like that, you couldn't do that through the coupon thing, really.
No, not through the coupon.
But
talking in
an
general.
email. send them, I'm sending you this complimentary blah, 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 and please feel free to opt out if this is not for you. Something
That's all you can say, pretty much in the
Yeah,
wording.
you're still spamming them, but it'll probably be, they'll just go, okay, I'm gonna opt out and be done.
Yeah.
Versus if it's not real obvious to opt out, they may report you for spam. There's really a fine line between that, but spam's really bad to be reported for spam. And opting out is just like, okay, I don't want this.
And I've been told that if your mass mailings are more than 50 people, that they will get it as spam, and that a lot of times it won't get through people's filters. So that you should always send in small groups rather
Like
than
in
to
tens.
send to your
Oh,
mass
from your
mailing.
regular email.
From your regular email, yeah. Not
Yeah, if you're using
Yeah.
constant contact, no, because
Okay.
you've said to constant contact, these are people that I either have an implied relationship with, in your case, customers would be implied, or you have permission,
Okay,
okay? Now,
thank you.
doesn't mean they still can't report you for spam. They might be your best friend and report you for spam, because they just don't know that that's a bad thing. Constant contact before they shut you down, because they're protecting themselves, will allow you one spam report per 1,000 names. So you want to really, really be careful. And you want it to grow virally by itself, the list. Don't force your list with, don't fill it full of names just because, oh, I got this email, I'm going to put them on my list. You really want those to count.
So we've got to talk about open rates and what you consider a good open rate.
25% is a good open rate, but like Dale mentioned, constant contact only measures emails by if you downloaded the pictures, and some of us don't download our pictures. So 25% is good, and you're probably getting higher if you get, than what it's showing. Does that answer?
Yeah. So, and also a consistent open rate that's consistently going higher is good, isn't it?
Yes.
The other thing is your click rate. So it's good because you can look on the analytics on constant contact and see that. And what I can see on mine is they keep going up every week, which is exactly what I want you to do.
This is something that we have time to.
Yeah.
So this is an email that we sent out.
So 66% is
huge.
It's ridiculous. I'm jealous.
This is a very, very small list that we only sent out to family and friends. It was our Happy Easter thing. And so, so that was why it was so high. Those are friends of ours, and they kind of expect to get this every holiday.
So you're going to click on.
I got that.
I did too. No, I got one like it.
So the way I have this set up, and this might kind of answer your autoresponder. Let's say you send out an email and it says we're offering something. You can actually have that offer live on your website. So let's say it's a white paper you're offering.
A download.
Yeah, a download. You can actually have that live on your website and just have a link to your website where they can download it themselves at midnight. So I'm trying to think what we were talking about.
Oh, we were going to see what the click
Look at
rates.
the analytics.
Oh, okay.
You want to see the reports.
Okay, so I'm going to click on Happy Easter, the title of that, and
74.
so we went 774. We had 69 opens, or 45 opens, I'm sorry.
9 bounces.
You're going to clicks. That's phenomenal.
And we had...
Oh, but that was to get it to play, right?
Right. So out of those 45 people, we only had 31 people go to the next step, then watching on our website. So us dancing, making fools out of ourselves. So I'm going to click on the opens, and I can actually see who looked at it. Not in my family when it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't, but if this was business, I would be interested in a couple things. One, what time did they open it? Usually an email has about a 2-day shelf life. So just think of your own patterns. When you're looking at your email, you are probably either going to read it right then, or you say, I'll read this later, and sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. So what I want to do is see when did people actually open and look at it. So let me go back. So that's going to
go to all opens to show them the graph.
All opens?
Is that so you can figure out a best time to send them, or is that?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so, you know, it could be some East Coast people might open theirs at a different time than the West Coast people if I had a mix of people. So maybe I would want to split it into my East Coast family and my West Coast family,
Okay.
you know, for an example.
One thing I find interesting when I look at my opens is people that consistently read my email, and then I don't hear from them.
But they're on their
But
reading.
and I know they're doing they're clicking and they're reading the blog. And then when I see them, they'll say something, and I know whether there's somebody might say, "Oh, I love your email," but you know that they've never opened it. Or you know, "Oh, yes, I see that you email everything." So it's just kind of interesting.
You can actually go into the contact database and see the history of people. Like, I do an email for this one group, and this one lady always says, "I never get your emails." And I can actually go in and to her data and see if she's opened them or not, or if they've bounced. So let me take you to that part. So I can see who's bounced, but in here, right in this section right here, it says bounces. So I can see whose email's not making it through to them. Is it because their mailbox is too full? Is it because I typed their email in wrong? So I've got 9 that bounced, and of the 74 I sent. So. And then really, really important in here is the shares. And I didn't get any shares on this, you know, where people shared it on their Facebook. But if this is a business thing, I get really excited when somebody shares, you know, even if it's one person that shares it, because that's going in front of a possibility of all their friends. So.
Excellent. Wow. One last question.
The thing I like about looking at this information is I go to the bounces and I look at them and I clean up my list right away. They can move, they're gone. Because we're pushing towards 5,000 and we don't want to go over that. So I clean up the list and then I look at the click-throughs because they can click through to our website and then I get new likes on the Facebook page. And you can get all that.
You can track all that, see where the likes came from.
Speaking of click-throughs, right down here I see the click-throughs, and I only have one link, and that's to the video. But I can click and see. Actually, that's not
Baby, baby, it looks like it's gonna happen. Baby, baby, it looks like it's gonna happen. Baby, come inside, let's see jump, jump, whatever. Oh, you gotta jump, jump. Baby, you gotta jump, jump. Baby, you gotta jump, jump. Baby, you gotta.
Okay, that book is all.
So it's the click-throughs, I can actually look through and see who clicked through and went to see it. So I can also see.
Yeah, you can see
So
where
let's
they
say that you're writing a newsletter, and instead of putting the whole newsletter, you know, a mile long, you just put a blurb about the newsletter, and then to read more, something that catches them, and then read more, and you have that live on your website to read more. The
Yeah,
whole
that's
article.
a
So
great idea.
now you can see.
Yeah.
Am I wasting my time writing this stuff or not?
Right. Excellent. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, online viewers.
Hi.
Whoever they were. Barb and Chris. Excellent. Thank you. It should include your tagline if you've got one, because a lot of times with your business or even your business logo might be new to somebody getting the newsletter, and your tagline explains more about what you do. And just the whole branding of the images, the wording, the tone, it all needs to fit. I'm going to show you an example of one that doesn't fit in a minute. If you want to, you can personalize with their name. I don't do that anymore. I used to, but I get so worried that there's going to be a misspelling or a mistake, or I don't know. I just thought it seemed kind of So it just depends on you maybe, but there's that option in Constant Contact that it's very easy to set up, and as long as you have it in your email list, that all the first names or last names are all lined up correctly, it just does it for you automatically.
So if it's not their name, what do you put in there?
You can just have a generic greeting or just put nothing. So I don't have anything.
So it's not a shoebox then necessarily.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't have to even
Be there.
be there. Yeah, so that's an option, I guess,
Does it put in both names if it's under both
if you
names?
ask it to.
But
you
it-
can say
it
first
wouldn't if
name.
you didn't want it to.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so usually I see first name because we're in informal Arizona.
Right,
Back
right.
east, that'd be a real no-no.
Yeah.
It really would be. So I'm still enough of an Easterner that sometimes I'm surprised when young people call me by my first name. So even though I've lived here 30 years, I don't know.
When I see my name
Uh-huh.
in an email marketing letter from somebody that I don't know, because I know Constant Contact and I know that they're doing that, I'd rather have it just generic.
Yeah. It could just depend on the kind of business you're promoting
That's true.
and who you're
When I
talking
get
to.
both names, my first and last name and something, I immediately know it's. something
Yeah,
that
that
begins.
sounds awkward.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really, yeah, that's why I
Dear
asked.
Lindy Laws.
Yeah, it's too weird, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the next thing is that you need to have decided subject line branding, your boilerplate language, primary, okay. You need to have, for each of your newsletters, you're not just sending out a newsletter with lots of information, you have a call to action. You have a reason you're sending that newsletter. Even if you send one every week, there is a reason for that particular newsletter. For me, it's our blog post. And actually, I'm killing two birds with one stone because I write the blog post and then I feature it on our newsletter. That I think you all get our newsletter, right? And then you can, I'll add you to the, no, I'll give you the option to add to opt in. So my call to action is that first left-hand article. That's our main blog post. And then I usually either add a video, a short video that Mike's done, or a tip or something that Mike's done, or if he's done a really big video, he gets that call to action, right? So we have a primary call to action and a secondary call to action. And then we have some minor ones that are always there on ours because we've got our schedule of our list. I mean, our list of classes. So that's always on there. But you don't want too many calls to action. I mean, otherwise it gets really long and people are confused and they don't do the main thing you wanted them to do. So if you have a main thing you want them to do, that's where you emphasize it. And then you put a relevant image over here on the right. It can be on the left or the right, or it can be just centered in the middle. It doesn't have to be in this order, but there does need to be an image on there. You don't want too many images because some people don't show pictures. So they just are reading your text. And you need to look at it with just text to see if it makes sense to people, so they can still be read. When people have images for all of their, like even their phrases and all that, sometimes you see that, none of that shows up on the newsletter. An interesting thing is that the open rate that Constant Contact does is just of the ones where they've clicked show images. So the actual open rate is higher than what you're seeing. I don't know how much higher, but
Yeah, that's kind of unknown
yeah.
because they can't measure it.
And then, of course, you need to the standard thing at the bottom here, you have to have a privacy policy. You have to have a way for them to unsubscribe or you're breaking the law. And there's got to be an easy way for them to do that. A Constant Contact, they put it right at the top, which I kind of wish they put at the bottom. But that's where it is. And so I get opt-outs. I probably get an average of 3 opt-outs every week. As long as I don't get spam reports. That's the important thing. Okay, I'm going to give you a before and after example, but I have to go over here to do it. Does anybody have questions while I'm doing this? So we had this all up on here, and then we had to shut it down, so.
So an example of a call to action could be anything from check my Etsy website to see more jewelry designs, or
What you could do is have, like your newest, you've got a newer style that you've just started doing, you could feature that. And then there'd be a picture of that, there's information about it. If they want to know more, like the price, they would click on the picture or your wording. You'd have a link to go to your website to find out more and hopefully buy it. You don't sell through your newsletter. You engage people, just like Facebook. You don't really sell from Facebook. You just get them interested so that they'll go to your website and buy it. Okay?
so it's a soft call to action.
Well, it's a call to action to go and find out more about that piece of jewelry.
Could be that you're demonstrating how you made that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it could be a video. You put a
Could be
video
a
on there.
video and then to find out more information about all the parts, or a diagram of how it was, whatever. Where to get the parts. It could be on your website because you sell them.
Awesome.
So the call to action would be that they could click through if they wanted to and find out more.
I have a question. This might be a little advanced.
Oh, go ahead.
But is there a way, so I'm thinking I could use email marketing as like, you're planning your wedding in a year. So every month, just send out an email of like, okay, you have 6 months left, you should have A, B, and C done. So is there a way, like when people sign up, they start with email number 1?
Yes.
And so there's like 12 emails, and then depending on when they sign up,
Exactly, yeah.
that's when they...
That's that autoresponder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you go on vacation and people send you an email and it responds back to them, that's an autoresponder that we're most familiar with, where it says I'm on vacation and I won't be reading my emails or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you can set up autoresponders to go out triggered by certain dates,
Yeah.
but it's all triggered by when they first sign up.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's like something that kicks it off. Okay, so she's not going to mind that I use her as an example, but Lynn Ray is a client of mine, and this was her email newsletter that she sent in February, I think. So take a look at what I've said. This is the before. I'll just be real upfront about it before. What's the branding? Well, yes, her name's there. She's got the symbol. Then you look and there's light blue here, and there's brown here, and there's purple here. You say, oh my gosh, this is a beautiful photo. There's a video. Beautiful painting. She's an incredible artist. Buy now. No. She's got another call to action here. Another call to action here. Well, here's one. Well, here's a little one. That should be on all of them. Another painting, which I love her artwork. Buy now. It's got a price on it. So, keeps going. I said this one to Pam. Okay, another one. It's like sitting in the gallery. Look at all the different colors. Do you
It's
think
a newspaper.
Do you think it takes away from her the value of her artwork, which is really exceptional? I think it does. And then have light blue here, and she even asked for. She was here. She told me, "Can you help? I'm looking for commercial or public spaces for work. I'll offer you a finder's fee." Lynn Ray, you're way too lofty to do this. So here's the one she just did. I can get to it.
Very nice.
Okay. So this is what she wants to be best known for. She does all types of artwork, but she wants to be best known for her painting on metal that reflects light. So she added this up here. She made sure that it all tied together with the background. She added a tagline. She didn't take my advice totally. She has 2 calls to action here, but she doesn't try to sell it on her newsletter. You can actually go to if you click on that, you go to the website and you see that you can order one. And you can see the original, which is probably around $5,000. Or you can see that she has these prints that she makes now that are very reasonable, $280 each. So that you see that on the website.
Looks much better.
Doesn't that look much better?
Much.
And then I had asked her to please put information about her and her background, and she put these 2 videos on. But it turns out that she's been sending newsletters for a while, and people love her videos. So it worked out. It worked out well because then we looked at the results, and she has tons of clicks. So after sending this, And then she just moved back to Middle Arts Village. Picture of her. After doing this, we looked at the analytics, and her open rate was higher, her clicks were higher, and I just think it's a lot more effective. But so I just thought I'd show you an example.
So this is a template that,
Well, actually, what I did with her, she has an assistant that really does everything, but I went over this with her, and then we talked about it, and they sent me a draft, and I went back. So, but what she really wants, of course, is to sell her artwork. So now we'll see. That's the true test in the long run, if this leads to more sales eventually.
I think the key to email marketing, because you're pushing it out there, is just to keep yourself in front of the person so they never forget you.
Yeah.
But not to shove yourself down their throat.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
Fine line.
So, make it fun and enjoyable. I think she could get away with one image and do it more often.
Yeah. I said just do the one
How
image.
often does she do?
Once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah.
So
I
she
said
could
do.
probably do weekly.
I said do twice a month, but
Yeah.
they made this big change.
Put one thing in there, one thing that
Yeah.
it's just like bite size and you're done looking at
Well,
it.
she does sculpture too. So I said, well, do the big thing on your painting, but then do a sculpture as your secondary. But we'll see. Some other things to just think about, and then I'm going to ask Pam to come up and talk, is we already talked about autoresponders. Really, really important to do those. Phil keeps telling me to get back over here. Does anyone have a question about autoresponders, how they work? Because it's all done for you on the email client, all right? And so it's set up there. All you have to do is go and you have to personalize it with your own email. I mean, you write in what you wanted to say and put your branding on it, and then so then you schedule it. And you could indicate whether you want to go out that day or in a week. And then you could set up this long string, which is what we were just talking about with you, Connie. And it can go up to, is it 10 that you can go up to? Or
I can't remember if it's 5 or 10.
5 or 10.
But so it is
10.
limited, constant contact is limited on that. And there's other options.
because it's a steady stream of, what do you say, you can just keep raising your offer. And you could just go back with another way of asking the same offer. So, I mean, 10's extreme. But there are other email clients that actually will spread. So if you don't answer, you start going on that stream of autoresponders. If you do, you get that stream. But
wow.
those are really expensive email clients.
so I can get an autoresponder on constant contact, and if somebody,
No extra charge either. It's
Yeah,
part of
it's
it.
part of what you're paying for now.
and so then they write back in an email, I know they do because I get some, and I personally answer them, but if I can't, then we can set up the autoresponder.
Yeah. Yeah, so anytime somebody, right now the way I've got ours set up, it's real simple. It's not, I haven't used all the bells and whistles. But if you were to put your email address into my opt-in, you'll immediately get an email back from me. And it has the link, as I said before, the link for downloading our offer.
And
So-
then she could have like 2 days later, you get another something, or 2 weeks later, or whatever.
You use that in opt-in, it wouldn't necessarily get used if somebody clicks online to read it, or if they ask
No.
a question.
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't get it, yeah. It's part of an email campaign that you start. You can have specific email campaigns. Another thing that's great is that you can have all these different lists. So I've got a list for just online biz smarts. I've got another list from another group I've been very active in. I've got a list of emails from my online retail store that I closed in December. It's still up there. So I can click that I want to send my newsletter to everybody or just to these groups. And I also have a list, it's pretty short, of people I've just met recently that I think should be particularly interested in our business. And I might send little special things to them. So it really gives you a lot of ways to target who's getting your stuff. Text opt-ins is one of the features they have that's really cool, and it's just like opting in like you did for getting texts from us to remind you of the meeting. And it just signs you up. It's a way to opt in your email address.
I'm actually going to demo that.
Okay, you're going to demo it. Yeah, I'm going to hurry up so you can get up here. They've got the event thing. I used to use that. It's another $35, so I stopped because Sheree put on the website a way to do events, but it's great. and it connects with PayPal, and you can accept payment for your event. Surveys I haven't used, so maybe you want to just mention them briefly. And this brand new thing is the social share, which Pam Furlong's going to talk about now. So you want to come up?
Actually, I'm going to talk about Save Local, I thought. But
Oh, no, you're right. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you're right.
So, but I can tell you what Save our social share is.
Okay, no, it is Save Local. I'm sorry. It's the one with the coupons, right?
Right.
Okay.
So let me log on to
Okay. It's just. I know, just. No, I'm trying to be helpful.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, I do take slow.
Susan, people like worrying over there. So,
I don't know.
well, so who's deciding they're going to start an email newsletter? Susan?
So what'd you ask?
Who's thinking they're going to start an email newsletter?
I'm going to start one, but it's going to be a while.
Well,
Some of the
you can
things
start
in place
slowly.
first.
You can start
We
slowly.
want to put workshops in place first, so we got that
Oh,
in content,
okay.
so we better get that going.
Yeah.
We might start a joint one, Susan.
You should do one, a joint one, and you should send it every month. And then people are thinking, how long ago was it that they had their show? Oh, gosh, we gotta wait till October or November. Darn. But I'll make sure to look for it. Gives you a lot.
And I think you guys get to do jointly is you have the clothing and you have the jewelry is to accessorize your choice. So clean up
So Dale, while she's putting that in, if you start a new constant contact account, how much does it cost?
She's gonna have an offer. We're not pushing constant contact, but I think it's the most user-friendly, especially to start with. And it does everything I need. And, yeah. And you know if you need it. There's a line for it if you want it.
Just the offer on constant contact, just to back up a little bit, is that we can offer you 60 days free, and if you just give me a call, I'll get you all set up on that. So it's where you can test drive it for 60 days and see how it works. And I offer some free classes that I actually teach you how to do it. Have you been to one of my classes?
Shannon Ginger.
Okay. So if you come to my classes, that's free, and then if you've attended the classes, you don't bring your computer to it. You just listen, and we actually go through how constant contact works. But then the following week, we usually have a lab where you bring your computers and we actually do it, and that's the one where I get all my gray hairs back.
Yeah.
These are my favorite things.
I'm going to talk about Save Local, and that is like a Groupon. Has anybody in here used Groupon before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can anybody tell me what it costs to do Groupon? Let's say you offer, for $50 you get $100 worth of product. What does that cost?
75%, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Let's go half.
I think it's 40.
But I don't know.
That's half.
So half, so 25, it would cost you $25. If you sold it for 50,
You sold it, if a customer bought, so we did one that's similar to that, but we changed the terms, so some of the terms are kind of bad for those kind of things, but it was 10 by 10 and get, for pay 5.
okay.
So then technically they wanted the business to only get half of the 5. So
Right.
technically is how
Right,
that
that's
works.
what
So,
Okay.
yeah, but, I mean, you can change it, but that's
So
essentially.
Save Local is very similar to Groupon, but for a much more reasonable price, and it operates a little differently. So I'm gonna show you a video that kind of just does an overall of it, and this is a constant contact.
Hi, I'm Cooper the Coupon. I'm here to tell you about Save Local. a way for you to connect with new customers through shareable deals from Constant Contact. The new customers you get through Save Local are really great. They're buddies with your existing customers, and they're more likely to be local and loyal. Save Local is different from other tools that let you send deals in a few very important ways. With Save Local, you control the deal start to finish. You decide exactly what you want to offer, and you can even reward customers with a bonus coupon for sharing your deal. Another cool thing about Save Local is that it's completely free to send the deal. When you sell the deal, you get paid right away, and Save Local just gets $1, $2, or $3 per coupon. Once your deal is out in the world, coupons like me get sent to your existing customers, who share with their friends. You can keep track of how many coupons you sell, redeem, and more with our awesome reporting features. So with Save Local, you get a deal that works for your business, happy customers, old and new, and the tools you need to stay on top of your success. Hooray! Check out Save Local today and meet your next great customer.
Okay, so you can see that what cost you on your $10.
It's your old buddy Cooper the Coupon here. Congrats! You're almost done creating your... It's your...
There we go.
No way.
Quiet. Silence. Sit and stay. What cost you $5 for a $10 coupon? You could sell a $50 coupon and it would cost you $3 to sell that. And you only pay for it if you sold it. So, and that's the most they're going to charge you is $3 a coupon. So you could sell a $3,000 coupon, you know, whatever you sell it for. Let's say you sell $6,000 for $3,000, you're only going to pay $3. So it's really a good deal. Now the power in that is not, you're only going to be sending to your list. So that's what's different. Groupon is going out to a gazillion people, okay? So you're only sending to your list and you're hoping, so I would say make a really special offer to, I mean, like they can't refuse to buy it, to your list. And those people then can share it on their Facebook and what have you, similar to Groupon, but I don't know if we so much share of that. But you give them an incentive to share that. Now I want to show you that video. Let's see if I can make this work. Magic board. Okay.
How's it going? I'm Cooper the Coupon. And I'm here to tell you that adding a bonus coupon to your Save Local deal is a powerful way for you to get new customers. Your bonus coupon isn't just an afterthought. It's a key part of getting the most out of your deal. Sure, your deal may be compelling enough to just get shared on its own, but why not give it an extra boost by encouraging your customers to share? When you reward your customers for sharing, you're thanking them for introducing you to their friends. A reward could be something like another coupon for an extra $5 of savings, free dessert, or a few bucks off another service. Customers only get the bonus coupon if they buy and share your deal. Not to mention that we coupons love the spotlight, so when people share us, that makes us happy. So go ahead and add that bonus coupon. Our coaches are here to help if you need it.
Okay, I was ready. I'm going to use your example, use that sandwich. I don't know what your cost is in that sandwich, but there was some cost in that sandwich. So I don't know if you made money or not, didn't make money.
We did it not on a sandwich, just on dollars. So
Okay.
yeah, so they bought $10 gift card
Yeah.
and got it and paid $5.
So I don't know if you made any money off that or if it was purely just an advertisement move for you.
Right.
But let's say that you could cover your cost on it with the coupon that you're offering, what you're selling it for, but then the deal for them to share it brings it down, and now it's kind of it's a zero. You're not losing money, but
Right.
you're not making money. But now you've encouraged that person to sell for
How
you.
do they purchase it? They purchase it, Constant Contact?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
you
the
just
credit
go
card
into,
and all
actually I'm
the
going to go into
payment.
Constant Contact next that I've showed you that. And this is all on my website, so you can go on there and, you know, watch that again. You don't have anything to do. Okay, I've logged on to Constant Contact, and if you go, if you
my account to see.
oh, okay, we need to get out of there then.
Okay, just log out. And,
Okay.
oh,
Oh, no, it's mine.
That's,
It says welcome.
oh, you're right, you're right.
Okay.
So, okay, you have a very similar number of contacts to me. I have
Yeah.
1,290.
So Constant Contact offers many products, and the one that Dale was talking about is the email. Social campaigns, that was the one that you had me down for. I'll just briefly tell you about that. But it's a great way to get likes on your Facebook page. And you can offer something if they like you, then it pops up and gives it, and you can actually trigger those so that, okay, I only want this like special to run from such and such time to such and such time. And I can't remember the pricing on that. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared to talk about that, but I think you get so many like spray, and then after a certain amount, then they start charging you if it's really successful. Okay, what I'm going to talk about is Save Local. And that's the coupon. So I just want to kind of walk you through. Yeah. No races? Okay. Thank you. Okay, it's really easy to create one of these coupons. So you're just going to log on to Constant Contact, and so on my webpage, there's a try this for get started for free. It's a free service. If you don't sell anything, it doesn't cost you a dime. But you're going to click on the create deal once you get logged on. So when you say I want to try this, then you're going to have to fill out your name and stuff. It doesn't ask for a credit card or anything at that point. And so I'm past that stage, and I'm sorry I can't show you that, but this you would just tap on create a deal. I've already created one this morning that's needs some work on it, but I think you had magic fingers. Okay, and really you just fill in the blanks, so you can have it be whatever you want it to be. So I've already filled it out in essence of time, but basically I'm saying I'm going to give $195 worth of rack cards and it's $125 full color. And total available coupons I'm going to allow to be sold are 100, and I want limit one per person. And over on the side you can see it, and it also writes for you this offer, but you can go in there and change it up. So I didn't like what it said, so I changed it up. And then there's a fine print over on the right-hand side, and that's just kind of telling the fine print on what the limitations on your coupon. And then when people can redeem this coupon. So I'm running this for 6 months. Okay. Would you click on continue to Dale? Thank you. Now this is going to come up and ask me, do I want to offer the bonus coupon? Where if somebody buys and shares my coupon that I've sent to them, which I hope they do, and I think this is like the brilliant part of this. I can say yes, or I can say no, thank you, I don't want to. But I really think you're missing huge if you don't. So I want to come up with an offer that really the people that I first initially send this out to is just so sweet that they can't help but want to share it, because they're going to get more if they share it with all their friends. And does everybody have more than 50 friends on Facebook? Anybody that has less? So you figure we probably have hundreds of friends, but you think about that, all of a sudden they're going to be sharing your coupon with hundreds of friends that you didn't know. And it may spark one of them, and you don't know where it goes from there. They may share it with their friends. So in this case, just because I was in a hurry this morning, I offered $5, but I think I should make that a little sweeter than that. And to make people want to share it, I don't think $5 is going to do the trick. Okay, if we could click next. Okay, and I'm going to put my company name in. I'm just going to fill out the fields. My logo, I'm going to upload that. And let's see. Just fill out some information, but over here to the right of the screen, Pam@furlong@comcast.net is my PayPal account, so I'm going to put my PayPal account in. So you have to have a PayPal account. They're really easy to set up if you don't have one. And then it goes and it interacts with that. So when somebody buys, it's actually going through my PayPal account. Okay, Dale, if you click continue. Okay, and then the next thing is, I'm going to get it ready to send out. So who am I going to send it to? Save local offers. I have many, many lists within my, let's see if this, okay, I have many, many lists, but I can pick which one, and I want it only to go to the people that I have on my save offers list. And right now I only have one because I set that up, and it's me. So here's where I want to demonstrate the text. If you have a cell phone that you're able to text on, if you take that out and text the word Tucson to 42828, then it's going to come back and ask you your email, and you're going to be signed up in my contact database. So I just want to demonstrate how that works.
What's it again, Tucson?
Tucson to 42828.
I was looking for one of those markers. I'm going right now.
And I just hit send them.
And, yeah.
It's in the queue.
And the reason I want you to do this, and I'm going to send you all this offer, and whatever you do with it is fine with me, but you know, it's just,
That's so fun.
but I just want you to see how it all works.
Email.
So it's going to go to my save local people, and I don't have this set up to send out right now because, like I said, I only have one person, and it's me that will be getting this. Who is the offer from? Tucson Marketing Tools, and then I have my email. I have in the subject line, I have a little brief of what they're going to get for it. And then if I want to send this offer to other lists, I can choose other lists. Okay. Now I want to see when they get the deal, what does it look like?
You missed the end.
Thank you, Vanna. Thank you, Vanna. Okay, so the deal looks like this, and this is just a preview, but this is what they're going to get as an email. And if they click on View Deal, can I go back?
Yeah, we'll have to close it.
Okay. And then click on Landing Page. So if they click on View Deal, then they're going to see this. And this is where they're going to be able to buy the deal and share it. So it pretty much just sets all that up for you. Now, obviously, I can put a different image in here. I didn't this morning because I didn't have time. But so, any questions to this point?
So can you add this to an existing email newsletter?
No, not right now.
Okay.
No.
That
This
would
is
be
separate.
helpful.
You don't even have to have an email account. Now, this landing page has a web address. I could put it in my own email if I wanted to. I could put a link to it that way. I mean, that would be a way around that.
So you could link it.
You could link it, yeah.
Because I've been wanting to offer coupons via PayPal, and they don't let you do it. It's too complicated. So this would be a good way to do it.
Okay, if I could go back, Dale.
Back,
Okay. And then voucher email, if they should purchase one, what does the voucher look like? So you can actually take a look at what everything's going to look like.
that's really cool.
And so it's very similar to Groupon in that respect, of what you get. One of the things that Constant Contact is doing right now, Groupon, if you go to Groupon's website, you can see all the coupons that people have done. In Save Local, that's not there yet, but it's coming. So where your coupon will now be on a website if you choose it to be there. But it's not there yet. That's coming soon. Okay, we can get out of there. So notice that the barcode on there, the QR code, you can put an application on your phone, and scan that barcode to redeem their coupon. So when they come into your shop or your business and redeem their coupon, you can scan it and it will check it off. I'm going to show you a short video on how to redeem and all that kind of thing, just to show you how simple that is.
Is that just a standard scan reader?
On your phone.
Have this now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can download those for free.
Yeah.
But Constant Contact actually has one that will feed into its database to say. So now it takes that and makes it a scan thing. Well, I'll show you a video and it's very clear. The next thing is, when do you want the offer to start and when do you want it to end? Being, when people can buy it. So you can limit how long it's for sale. Okay, and then you'd schedule the deal.
Click.
Yes, please, thank you. And so right now, it's telling me I'm the only one that's going to be there, so we don't want to do that. But you could schedule it to send later or now or when have you. So once I get more people in there, then I'll probably change the offer a little bit. But okay, we can close out of there and go back to my website real quick, please.
How's it going? I'm Cooper the Coupon. I'm here to tell you that Coupon here. Congrats! You're almost done creating your save local.
Okay, we want to play that one, yeah.
It's your old buddy Cooper the Coupon here. Congrats! You're almost done creating your save local deal. Once your deal starts, you can track your coupons and get a lot of great info on your deal and your customers that you can use to grow your business. You might be wondering, what kind of tools will I get to manage my deal? Or how will I measure my...
Welcome to Online Biz Smarts. We've got a couple of new people, and what we do is online marketing, social media, training, consulting, anything to do with online marketing, plus the business strategy of it. So we meet every Friday from 12 to 1:30, almost every Friday. And we start off with a strategic question to get to know each other a little better. And then we go into a topic that we pre-planned. And I hope this works out. Mike's left. Okay, just a couple of announcements. April 20th is our social media boot camp. We used to call it Foundations. And this time, it'll be on April 20th. It will be in this room. And we're going to do beginning Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube. It's going to be all day long. And just tell your friends about it, because every time we have one, right afterwards people say, oh, you just had it, I have to wait another 3 months. And then those people don't seem to come back 3 months later. So I like to spread the word. In May, we're going to go ahead and have a party to celebrate Online Biz Smarts being around for 2 years, over 2 years now. So I just wanted a little feedback from people on what a good day in May was. And what I primarily mean is what day of the week would be good. So.
Oh, I thought you meant how we could find a good date.
Well,
No.
I'll be thinking about that, okay? But like a Thursday night, Wednesday, Tuesday, does anybody want to throw out a suggestion? Because I was thinking a Thursday night. Does that sound good? And who's going to be invited is anybody that's ever been to one of our functions. So not just the membership, but all the people that have come every now and then. So Thursday night sounds good. So in early May, I'll have to set the date. The reason I had bring guests here is because I want to remind everybody to go ahead and bring guests to our meetings. And what we're going to do is the first Friday of every month, which today is the first Friday, you can bring a guest and they don't have to pay. So, and then other Fridays, if you bring a guest, of course they'd be paid, but we're going to have a little gift for you, which this is Mike's idea, to give you a Starbucks card or something like that. But just please bring guests. And today what we're going to do is, before introductions, I'm starting something kind of new, a light bulb moment. A smart light bulb moment, because we have our light bulb that's in our logo. And today it's going to be about creativity. And then I'm going to go on email marketing, and Pam's going to join me at the end and talk to you a little bit more about some of the new features on Constant Contact. The things I'll go over are, number one, how to build your list, how to build your template. When I say build your list, it's your email list, your list of email addresses. And then to build a schedule for when you do your email marketing, additional features that are very nice to use and add a lot of value, and then how you evaluate your marketing effort via email marketing. So first we're going to talk about creativity. That's what this goes through now. Yeah. And creativity, I got this was actually in a recent Wall Street Journal. Yeah, I made a copy of the article. But creativity, we all have creativity. Some of us like to think we have more than others, or some of us think they have less, but really everybody has a lot of creativity. And what I'm talking about is mainly new ideas. So it doesn't mean you're a great artist or somebody who does great graphic art necessarily, but it's somebody that has creative ideas and gets things done. So I thought this was kind of I'm going to show this short video.
E-Trade technology can help make you a better investor. Our E-Trade 360 investing
dashboard
shows you where money is live. E-Trade Pro is so usable you'll actually use it. And our apps are the ultimate mobile investor. Become a better investor at E-Trade.
I'm in a timeout because apparently riding the dog like it's a small horse is frowned upon.
In this establishment.
Use the county to finger.
Try and hit the full screen button again, because that's what happened last time.
Not so smart, Lord.
Right here.
Here you go. On April 17th, with former outlet tech Guy Kawasaki, Pro Football Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw, and author Amanda Gore. Register at refreshleadership.com/live. Hosted by Express Employment Professionals. I'm in a timeout because apparently riding the dog like it's a small horse is frowned upon. Timeout because apparently riding the dog like it's a small horse is frowned upon in this establishment.
Talking babies are not nearly synonymous with the E-Trade brand, so just how did ad executive Tor Murin come up with the idea? Well, he is joining us now here on lunch break, as well as Wall Street Journal's work and family columnist Sue Schellenberger to explain the latest research behind how we get our light bulb aha moment. Sue, I want to start with you. Now, you might be getting a little drunk, and changing your computer screen to green could be the answer to getting the ideas flow. I'm 1 for 2 on those, I won't say which. What is the science behind this?
Researchers are finding that the process the brain goes through to generate these new insights is quite different from that used to solve analytical problems. For one thing, you need to get away, let your mind wander a little bit, let different parts of the brain fire and pull up material from the unconscious to make new connections. Time of day matters. Your off-peak times may be a little better for freeing your mind to come up with new approaches. And a positive mood really helps too. This can be as simple as watching a funny video or, as you said, viewing the color green, which seems to trigger that in many people.
Now, Tor, you talked a lot, and thank you for being with us, by the way. You talked a lot about massive stimulus followed by solitary confinement as a good way to kind of get your brain primed to be creative. What did you specifically do when you were trying to conceive of the E-Trade baby ads?
Well, I think a lot of things, really. And for me, that was really a light bulb moment. But for me, it really is taking in as much information as possible throughout the day, reading magazines, watching films, etc., and then going away and really spending time, put on the headphones, and really listen. I listen to Radiohead a lot, and I did mention that I do sip a little whiskey as well, and so you have all that information in your brain, and then sort of an information or inspiration overload. And then take that, spend some time by yourself, and really let it all come together.
Whiskey and radio editor, I can feel like corporate America loosening up as we speak. You also speak about this, the daydreamer's dilemma. You say, we actually just don't have time anymore to come up with a good idea, that our CQ, our creativity quotient in America is going down. Why is that? And if you could give managers like 1 or 2 ways to cultivate creativity in the workplace, what would they be?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think that the biggest problem is that in the American workplace now, creativity takes 2 things in my opinion. It's time and nurturing. And I don't think we do much of either of those in the workplace these days. So I guess my biggest piece of advice would be give your people some time and nurture the creative environment around them. What we do here, we have a couple things that are pretty fun. We actually have something called Heroic Failure Award. And whereas I think a lot of places sort of punish risk-taking, we actually reward it. So if there's an idea out there that somebody does that we love, maybe it didn't turn out quite the way we'd hoped, maybe it backfires, but we actually reward that with a giant trophy with their name engraved in it for the Heroic Failure Award. So I think people feel much more comfortable in taking some chances and thinking differently. We also have every Thursday from 9 to noon, so 3 hours a week. We have something called the no meeting zone. I think there's way too many meetings in business these days. And so our clients know this, everybody in our agency knows this. There is no meetings from 9 to noon. And so that's just time for you to have, to let your mind wander a little bit, sort of like we did when we were children. We didn't have all these other things on our mind. We didn't have e-trick day. We didn't have email to look at. We didn't have social media to bring up every 2 seconds. And we just had time to think. So we give our people that 3 hours each week to just do that. Also, we have a core plan. I really do believe that ideas are living organisms, and when you put walls around them, they can't grow. When you don't put walls around them, you have other people bouncing ideas off, and bringing those ideas tend to grow and become better.
No, those are very, very good points. Very quickly, Sue, to you. You say sometimes people need to be sleep deprived to get the best idea. Why is that?
In off-peak times, the mind is more open to divergent stimuli, divergent thinking, bringing in new material from the unconscious, firing from different disparate parts of the brain. Researchers are finding people solve creative problems better at those times of day.
All right, Tom, thanks so much for being with us. Sue Shellenberger, more from her and the Work and Family column tomorrow on how to get that light bulb aha moment. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
So let's go ahead and do our introductions based on creativity. Usually I model it, so I'm going to give you an example of what I'm thinking about. My name is Dale Dillon Lips, and I'm with Online BizSmarts. And what I found, looking back, one of the most creative ideas I ever came up with is because I completely removed myself from it and didn't think about it for a while, and then it hit me. So, for example, I would like each to give an example. I used to be the president of Arizona Blind and Deaf Children's Foundation, and it just drove me crazy that there was no program for the young adults that were graduating to kind of transition them out. I mean, there's state funds to do it. So for 5 years, I just felt extremely, anxious about it and worried about it. Then I gave the reins over to somebody else for a year, and I went and moved to Santa Monica for a year. I didn't think about it at all. Came back here. The first thing that I was reminded of was there isn't a program. And then it just hit me what I should do, and that program is still going on today. So it's one of the things I'm most proud of. But that's my creativity because I'm not artistic. I'm not. But it's all about the idea. So even if you're an artist, it's an idea. So we're talking about when we say that you're creative. So let's go around the room, and who would like to start? Anybody have? I'm kind of putting you on the spot about the creativity because I haven't had a little time to think about it. But, okay, yeah.
And for going to some marketing tools, my most creative moments are when I'm not able to answer the phone or look at email or whatever, and so I go on walks so that I can't do that stuff. And a lot of times I won't take headphones to listen to and that kind of stuff. I'm just, that's whatever, and my mind starts going. And so that's when I have some aha moments, when I think of things that for clients usually.
Yeah, if you want to add an actual example, go ahead. If you don't, that's fine.
Yeah, I had a client that was doing email marketing thing, And she said, we've been trying, they're a sign company, and we've been trying to do this, and while I was sitting in there with them, they were doing all the signs for the Tucson Botanical Gardens butterfly event, and they were absolutely beautiful, and I just thought they were beautiful. And I went home, and I was on my walk. Oh, she also on her desk had some tickets she was going to give away to customers for that event. And when I was on my walk, it hit me, perfect. They're going to, instead of saying, hey, we're the greatest sign company and we do all these cool signs, because that would be salesy, promote the Botanical Gardens event to all their clients, and in turn, maybe some of their people at the Botanical Garden that are members would then forward that on, and it would become very viral. And with those tickets, then offer the first, I think she had 10 tickets, the first 10 people that emailed her got tickets.
Cool.
So, yeah, so.
Great example. I know you've got a lot of those, actually. How about you, Jen?
Jen Delaney, Tech Connection. And I would say a lot of my creativity comes from my problem-solving skills. One example is I also do payroll at the Tech Connection, and I've had to be creative on how to process the payroll. So when you're doing it for 200 people and they're not all on the same schedule, you have to be creative on how you collect those. Another example is we're doing a birthday party in the beginning of May. It's going to be 20 years Tech Connection has been in business. And we were going to give swag bags away with things in them. And they said, well, if nobody takes them, what do we do with them after that? And my creative idea was then we take them to client visits and say, sorry, you couldn't make it to our birthday bash. Here's a present for you.
Perfect, yeah. So great idea. Steve.
Steve Francis with Solar PC Tech. A lot of mine has to do with problem solving, like you said, because I'm always trying to fix technical and computer issues. Mine come when I'm, it's like you said in your intro, that it's when you're relaxed and not paying attention to something. What I found, and it's been true ever since I went to engineering school, whenever you hit a roadblock and you just can't solve the problem, you're totally stymied, rule number one is walk away. So I walk away.
Distance.
Yeah. And I go off, do other things, and then boom, it hits you. Oh, that's the answer. And go back then. And it's like, oh, I forgot to check this file. Oh, yeah, it's that. So a lot of too many examples to mention, but things like that. And also, if I'm thinking about something on the more creative side, I don't know an example, but it's when I'm relaxing, usually sitting outside in the sun with a nice coffee or something, just kind of chilling.
Not whiskey like the guy in the video.
No, it needs coffee.
That was 3 in the morning, you said. So.
Oh, okay.
Wow. How about you, Susan? You ready?
I am. I'm Susan Shaw-Smith. I wear 2 hats. I'm the owner of A.B. Carnival Beat Store in Tucson and Pennsylvania, and I own Susan Jewelry. I'm a jewelry designer. I'm on the road a lot, and I'm not the driver. I'm the passenger. So I find that I get a lot of creative ideas during those hours when I'm driving. And because we own 2 businesses, we can always talking about some of the problems, but you can, because you're not at home and you're not at the shop and you're not at your computer, you can think of things. So as this one day passed, we came up with an idea of the type of shopping cart to add to our website at the store. It was affordable, it was easy to operate, and we were able to figure that out. So that's awesome.
Great. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay, it's Lisa.
Lisa.
I'm Lisa Lawrence, and I'm with Professional Development Strategies. So I work with career transitions and people who've been let go from their companies and help them get the tools they need to move on. And so my husband runs a very small company, and I'm doing a lot of things since I've been at my organization just for the last few weeks in-house, and so there's a lot of new things that are putting into place, which is what I'm here. But also with my husband's business, I was thinking, and my creativity happens, as we're saying, when we're disconnected. So most of mine's late at night. So if you ever see an email come through, you look at the time, it's anywhere between 10 and midnight, because I just can't kind of shut down. But that's my best time to do research and look at things and find ideas. And so I sent Mike an idea the other day about doing a business expo at our church, because my husband's business, for all the people who run small businesses to get to know each other, even if it's not a huge group that comes, everybody gets to know who within the community that they, are trusting would run some business that they might be able to use. So, and Mike sent me back an email today, I think I saw it, it was a great idea, that's awesome. So, and being part of the team to put it together, I didn't just say, hey, here's something you guys can do. It was, I'd love to be part of the team to do it, so he has somebody else in mind as well. So perhaps we'll make it happen.
It's fun to come up with ideas.
It is, I love it.
How about you, Phil?
Phil Thompson, JSL Solutions. Most of my creative moments come usually in the bathroom. Yeah, shower. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm stopped, thinking about other things. And it's kind of twofold. And a lot of times when I get an idea, I will bounce it off somebody who I know is very, probably don't like this, creative. I know everybody's creative, but there are some people I know that are just spewing creativity. So a lot of times I will bounce those things off of other people. As far as an example, I really can't give you one. It kind of comes down to, my job comes down to troubleshooting as well as promotional stuff.
Well, you have pretty creative posts that you make on Facebook almost every day. So, right there's an example.
There you go.
How about you, Sherry?
I have two creative areas that come up with the best ideas, I think. One is hiking in Cerrito Canyon, when you're off the main trails and you're on dirt. The other is when I'm cleaning my house.
Actually, me too.
Sweeping the floor. But my one, I have lots of examples, but one is I used to sell for a local magazine in town, and I would help my clients come up with their ads. And this one client wanted to do a campaign, and I came up with the idea of using, he always took his dog to work, so I came up with the idea of using his dog, and every month we would focus on the charity event. It was a men's clothing store, so we would have his dog talking in the ad, telling him what men and women, what the well-heeled man should be wearing to that particular charity event. So you're advertising the store and the charity event at the same time.
The guy in the video must have gotten his idea from you. This is where you had the baby talking.
Oh, I don't know.
You better check that out.
Yeah.
I'm Connie Ryan with Enchanting Occasions and Online Biz Smarts, and I've always been a very creative person. I dream every night, and I remember my dreams. So that feeds into what I can produce. My creative problem solving comes when I'm driving with the music on, and normally the window's down, and I just tend to work things out in my head at that time and come up with ideas.
There's kind of a common theme of being alone for these ideas. But you, Lindy?
I'm Lindy Laws, and I am creative most of the time. But an example was that I watercolored a picture that was just a bunch of women's faces because I'm really inspired by women and their strength and etc. So, and put Wild Women Jump in the Blues, framed it and hung it, and somebody came in and said, "Is that on a t-shirt?" And I was like, "Okay, t-shirts, cards." And it was very successful when I was in business and sold a lot of them. So,
what was the phrase again?
Wild women don't get the blues. There's an old jazz song back in the 30s, and that's the name of the song. I'm Susan's part-time partner in the jewelry shows and handbags and clothes, and we just keep feeding and being creative. But I do most of it when I'm quiet, alone or whatever, like everybody said. But I can read novels and get creative. I guess I'm not really focusing, and then all of a sudden I'm reading my idea box in my head, and I put the book down and get up and do it.
Great. Sunday, last but not least.
I'm back and Stormy Sandwiches. I was going to say definitely driving for me when I can just zone out and not listen to anything else. I know it sounds terrible, but just that focus on the road and nothing else. I think it's great. And reading too. I was going to say that. I know that sounds kind of weird because you're not really focusing on a specific issue, but things happen or things trigger different thoughts. But for me specifically, I'll say this week, I have been battling my managers. We have big meetings, probably every other week with our managers, and trying to get them on board with social media, because it only is going to be as successful as they believe it to be. So I've been saying how great it is, how he's come out of here so motivated. So I think it was we've been gone a week, so I think it was the third week I came out of here and I'm like, I'm motivated. I don't know why these managers can't get motivated like I am. So then I was like, I'm going to do my own little smart group at work. So I did that this last Tuesday and just started really basic about why it's important. And I just, very simplistic and take those things that you guys we taught and use some of the graphics.
Apply it just to your business.
Yes, just as everything's set up. It's just about how they can apply it and market it and use it for their customers. So they don't have to market. In really social media marketing is 24/7 marketing for you. Once you set it up. So getting that. So finally, I think it was like a light bulb moment for them. They were like, "Oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait till next week." So I thought, "Oh my gosh, I better start learning that."
That's the benefit for them.
The benefit of that is they better sales. They,
right.
They know
that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the next one is how to do it.
They're more engaged.
Right, they're more engaged and understand it. A lot of them just,
And they'll probably get competitive.
Absolutely, yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So, we'll do contests and stuff internally,
Well, the other time that I get ideas is when I first wake up in the morning. Does anybody else do that? And I'm still half asleep, and then I'll go, something will hit me, and I'll realize. And then I have to immediately go to my office and write it down. Yeah. Other people too. Yeah. That's, Okay, today's takeaway is going to be that you're going to understand why email marketing is so important and how to do it well. And hopefully you will start doing it. But number one, a lot of us are not doing email marketing. Some of us are already doing a lot. You know that I send one out every week. But it is so effective, and it's one of the reasons, go to the next slide, take that. But the reason it's so important is one of the few push mediums that you have. So you are getting your message, I've said this before, but you're getting your message in somebody's email box. And everybody checks their email. Right? And they may not open that email, but it is in their box. So they have that option to open it. So you look at it as your distribution method. And so much online marketing and social media is all, it's all pull, trying to interest people in your business, interest people in you, start a conversation. And this is really one of the few ways that you can initiate. So I think it's really important. It also allows you to get in front of people regularly. So your schedule, you need to have a regular time that you send it, and almost to the point. You don't have any time, by the way, Pam, because Pam's an expert on email marketing. It's almost to the point where somebody expects to see your email on Monday morning or Tuesday morning, or once a month, or whenever it is, and then you want them to look forward to it, and then they're more likely to open it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was how to build your list. Is there anybody who is not building an email list? At Temp Connections, don't you have an email list at Temp Connections? No?
Well, we don't have, not in this particular instance. We have emails in our database, but not as an opt-in on our website when you go to our website to receive a newsletter. You don't have a newsletter. We don't have this kind of, we have emails, but we're not.
Do you have the emails in a list somewhere? So that you could then upload them to Custom Contact or another email client?
Yes.
Okay. Does everybody regularly collect emails? So the primary way to do that is with that opt-in. And it's so easy. I mean, maybe it's a little bit hard when you first put it up, but then it's always there. So you need to have, everyone needs to have an email opt-in landing page. It could either be a separate landing page based on a particular product, or it could be just be their home page. But you could almost have an opt-in. Does everybody know what an opt-in is? It's where you put in, you're invited to put your email address in, and usually you get something in return. It could just be, you could just say you're going to be on our email list and you're going to get our newsletter. But like on ours on Online Biz Smarts, I have that if you opt in, you will get a free download. And then there's an autoresponder that goes out immediately that day, within an hour. And it gives information on how to get the download. So you're getting something of value. And that's the best way to entice somebody to opt in. So you need to make sure you have that there. And you need to invite people. So when I meet somebody, well, it used to be that I would get my cards. I'd always say to them, can I put you on our email list? And they always say yes, because they didn't want to offend me. And then letting it off down later if they wanted to. But what I do now is I don't say anything. I just collect the cards that are relevant. I don't collect everybody's card. And I go back and I send them each an individual. It's kind of time consuming, but I send them each an email that has the link that they can opt in on my list. And I would say I have a 90% success rate on that. People really appreciate it. And then it's like a little, I have a saved email that I just use over and over again. But I send it individually so that they feel that it's important to me that that person be on our list. So they know they're not just getting a mass email. And I say, I have a weekly newsletter, and this is what it contains, and I'd love it to add you on the list, but to do that, you need to opt in. And that way, I send email on spam reports, and people are like, I don't remember meeting this person, why am I getting this email? They remember that they opted in. Now, I was actually given this idea by a constant contact person, because I had one email that got a lot of spam reports, and so I got a call from constant contact. Steve remembers when that was, and she had all sorts of great suggestions, which have really been helpful. Is anybody?
So the opt-in that you include the link in your email takes them to your website.
It takes them to Constant Contact, and there's a landing page in Constant Contact. Now, and if you have a different email client, they all have this. So there is like a form on Constant Contact, and it's got all my branding on it. So it's my form, and it just asks for their email address. And then they immediately get an autoresponder, which we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but it can be easily set up on Constant Contact, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Another way to get more emails, and the reason I'm spending time on this is that a lot of people have a list, but even some people that have a big list, it's not a good list. You know what I mean? It's got emails on it, but are they the ones you want to have on it? Co-ops. So what you can do is somebody else who's got a business that's kind of related to yours, but not the same as yours. Do you want to do it with a direct competitor? You feature each other in your emails. And so that way, and then you can have an opt-in link on your article. So if I ask you, Susan, to write a blog or just an article for my newsletter, I'd have it in there. All my people would get it, but they have the option to opt in on your newsletter. Does that make sense? Okay. And then there's various Facebook promotions you can do that, well, you can talk about another time if people are interested, but the contests, or if you opt in via this app on Facebook, you probably have one of those on your site, don't you? You want to describe it?
Just the email marketing?
Yeah, the one that you have on Facebook.
We just have it. It's just right up there with the likes and the photos. It just says, sign up. It's real simple. It takes them right to Constant Contact and then the form. So it doesn't make it difficult. They don't have to go anywhere to get it. That's what's nice about these plugins.
So, and we have that on our Facebook page too, but there are some where there's an enticement. You land on that.
We don't have enticements for that right now, because right now we're kind of trying to build our text marketing up so much. So, but we have done that before.
So that's just an option. The other thing is just to go ahead and whenever you make a Facebook post on your business page, that you can direct people to your opt-in that way too. Just talk about your email and invite them to go opt-in. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the template. And this is a handout that I did. Does everybody have one? And you don't have one? Yeah. And you can take more than one if you want. Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Just some of the basics that you need to have in your newsletter. And so I've got it done in my blocks here. So the first thing to always remember is that when anybody gets an email newsletter from you, or some kind of whatever you're sending out on an automatic regular basis, it needs to be from the person. Don't ever have it from the business. Any feedback on that one? Or do you understand why? Because if it's from the business, it's going to come across as salesy and impersonal, and the open rate will be much lower. But if it's from a person who's put their identity behind what they're saying, It's a lot more authentic.
So it's in the box and from box.
Yeah, when you do your, now if you haven't done one before, you might want to go to Pam's class and see how to do it. But there's a template that on Constant Contact and all the other ones that you just type in, and it automatically appears. So for mine, I have an email address that automatically appears, and I always change it to DaleDillon@OnlineBizSmarts.
Right.
Because I also use my Constant Contact for other businesses.
We have it at the store. And I can't remember the from line, but the reply is to me.
Yeah, you actually need them both to you. Yeah. But most important is what is it they see when you're listed there in the email list of all the emails that you get in the inbox. You see the name first. So it really is important. It's surprising how many you see that don't have that.
The only time I might change who it's from is let's say you're the marketing person for a large company and nobody knows who you are.
Yeah.
You're behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So it could be, then I would say it needs to be the company because.
That's true. Well, like a company like Sears or.
Yeah. I mean,
but
like my company and your
notice,
company are names.
Yeah. Or you'll notice like HubSpot, I get emails from them all the time. It's always the name. Or from social media, Examiner, it's his name. So just, yeah. Okay, the next thing is the subject. And there can be, we've had entire classes on the subject of emails. It needs to catch your attention. So I'm putting here clear, attention grabbing, use action words. So there's strong words, there are things that you do, like read or not reading. Does that mean it's not a passive word? Think about what the reader is looking for and interested in. Conveys what they will find in the newsletter. There's another big one. People spend so much time thinking about a really cute subject that's going to grab your attention. It has nothing to do with the newsletter, what's in the newsletter. And then when the person body the newsletter, they go, that's not what I thought I was going to read about. You just feel kind of tricked. So it really does have to tell you what you're going to read about. There's spam triggers that you need to be aware of, like words like save and free, exclamation marks. I think question marks are okay, right, Pam? Do you know?
I don't remember. But
yeah, but definitely don't. I mean, I used to use exclamation marks all the time, and then I finally figured out, and I read in several places, that's one of the triggers, is an exclamation mark. Start something free. You need to have your social share buttons up on the right-hand side, top. That's the most valuable real estate, and you want your email to not go viral maybe, but to be shared. You could also, if there's room, have the share with friend. You look down on the bottom right, you need to remember to have your email opt-in box, which is also like your newsletter sign-up, or share with friend. And that's really important on some types of newsletters that people would be more likely to share with friends. So one of my clients is an artist, and she has beautiful, I'm going to show you an example in a minute. She has beautiful artwork that she puts photos of in her newsletters. And I said, you got it. She didn't have share with friend on the last one. So you got to have it, because when I saw that, I wanted to immediately share it with my brother-in-law in Connecticut, because I know we love this kind of art. And I did forward my email, but it would have been so much easier just to go and share, and it would have reminded me if I hadn't thought of it. So, business logo. This is big. I've actually, the size of these boxes is important. So if you notice the size of my box is bigger than subject or from. But it's really important to have that branding, and it needs to be consistent throughout your entire newsletter.